It is Monday the 22nd of April and it feels absolutely amazing to finally say that it is race week. After nearly 7 months of off-season, the World Speedway Championships return this weekend with round 1 coming live from the Millennium Stadium in Croatia. Stadium Millennium is located between the two Croatian towns of Gorizia and Donji Kraljevac. The facility itself was built from the ground up by triple Yugoslavian champion Zvonimir Pavlic, father of the former world under-21 silver medalist Jurica Pavlic. The family are still heavily involved in staging world-level speedway at the stadium to this day. Amongst the speedway community, the location was commonly referred to as Gorizia, but in recent years the circuit has adopted the name of the slightly closer town, Donji Kraljevac. Croatia had its first opportunity to play host to Grand Prix Speedway back in 2010, and it did so for a further 2 years. But after the 2012 event, the Croatian SGP would spend a decade laying dormant, with the event being left out of the World Championship calendar for 10 years. However, following the World Speedway contract being taken over by Discovery Plus in 2022, the Croatian Speedway Grand Prix has made a return, and since then has remained the opening round of the calendar ever since. Since its return, there has only been one man capable of taking the top spot on the podium in Donji Kraljevac, 4 times world champion Bartosz Zmarzlik. In 2022, the pole was joined by fellow countryman Maciej Janowski and also Danish rider Mikkel Mikkelsen. And last year, he would have the Brit Robert Lambert and Sweden's Freddie Lindgren either side of him. If you're looking to travel to the Croatian Speedway Grand Prix from Europe, the most logical way of accessing the event would be to fly into the capital city of Zagreb. Flights to Zagreb are pretty easy to come by and leave you around 68 miles from the circuit. The site itself is located less than 8 miles south of the Hungarian border, meaning the second most likely airport to fly to from Europe would likely be Budapest. Once you land in Budapest airport, you're around 160 miles, approximately 2.5 hour drive away from the track. But it does give you the potential opportunity to explore the capital city of Hungary on your way or on your way back from the event. As far as transportation when you're on the continent, unfortunately, this is one of those Grand Prix where the setting is mega remote. To avoid any enormous headaches, the best thing to do is to rent a car. Car hire in Croatia is super cheap. You can pick up a car for a couple of nights for as little as £40. I personally thought it would be a struggle driving around Europe, but once you've got the hang of doing the roundabouts anti-clockwise, you pick it up pretty quickly.
Give way to the fucking left! Stupid old bin!
When looking for accommodation for a Speedway Grand Prix, I was always told to look for a town nearby with a McDonald's. This has absolutely nothing to do with satisfying a late night burger craving. It just means that usually the town is established enough to have all the amenities you require. And nuggies, of course. The closest Macca's to the track is located in Varaždin. This is where I would personally advise to stay, having stayed here before. It's only a 30-minute drive from the stadium and has tons of different hotels, Airbnbs and loads of places to hire on booking, usually for quite a reasonable price as well. The currency in Croatia is the euro, so many neighbouring countries are able to use their own currency without an exchange. But if you're coming from the UK, you will have to bring euros with you if you intend on spending cash, or simply use your bank card. Most credit cards offer free non-sterling transactions, so if you have a credit card and want to save a few quid, spend on your credit card whilst you're out in Croatia and come home and pay off the balance. Now, the most important part, the price of an ice-cold pint of beer. A pint of the local beer is around €2.5 to €3, so around £2.40, which in comparison to British prices, this is an absolute steal. The most popular local beer is probably Karlovacko.
Karlovacko. Yeah!
Jack Harlow and I had plenty of these last year, and we can confirm they are delicious. So, why would I advise fans to travel to Croatia to experience the Speedway Grand Prix? Well, firstly, it's probably one of the most unique racing services on the calendar. If you're after something a little different, then it's hard to find a material more unique than that of Donji Kraljevac. The weather is very similar to southern France or northern Italy at the end of April, and it's certainly better than here in the UK. The weather last year was absolutely fantastic, obviously until it decided to belt it down just before the racing began. The stadium itself has everything you could ask for. The fan zone is a stone throw away from the track. There's plenty of food and drinks outlets, and there's also seating the whole way round the circuit. If you're lucky enough to be sat near the tapes, you honestly cannot get much closer to world-class speedway racing. Who do you think will be on the podium on Saturday night? If you've been to the Speedway Grand Prix of Croatia before, be sure to drop your stories down in the comments below. As always, don't forget to click thumbs up to support the channel and subscribe so you don't miss anything. We have loads of fun and interactive things coming up this year for Speedway fans, so building a community on here is really important to us. Thanks to Kingdo for editing the video as ever. Although I'm the voice of the channel, he really does a lot more than me in the engine room. See you guys in the next one.